What's happening, sports fans? Happy week one of football in the books. Christian Pedersen here with San Diego Prep Insider. And Saturday morning, let's break down what happened in high school football this week. A couple of games still yet to go on Saturday. I know. It's weird. We had Thursday night football. We had Friday night football. We're having people get in games whenever we can. But we're going to keep with the Saturday morning recap show. Like I said, Thursday night football. So let's start with a shout out to Santa Fe Christian. 128 points in 2 weeks, 47 this time on Francis Parker in a road game. You gotta love what those guys are up to. They're efficient at running the ball, to say the least. It's an impressive start to a season that they make me alone wish we had playoffs this year, because I don't know who they would be taking on, but you'd love to see an offense like that get a chance to work out 15 weeks and then get into some championship caliber football. Let's get to the Friday games, though. We got to start with what I think we will deem as the upset of the season. Maybe just only in actual numbers in terms of a D3 school and a D1 school, but Mater Dei Catholic takes down Helix on the road at Helix. And this one, folks, we're talking about a Mater Dei Catholic team right now that is more loaded than they have had perhaps in school history, and they showed it there. That's a signature win for Coach Joyner. That's a signature win for that program, for Verlaine Batafe, as offensive guru as he is. Hashtag party in the end zone continues to be the real deal everywhere he goes. And they did all of this without Joshua Meredith, which, I'm not saying that alone could have been a crutch. They say, we lost a close game to Helix. We didn't have all of our guys. But when you see them win that kind of a statement win without all of their weapons, you wonder, best team in the county? I don't know. Hard question to make, but we'll see what the rankings come out with this coming Monday when the Union Tribune posts their media poll. We'll just run you down the rest of the scoreboard. Couple of games I got to see, couple of games Bodie DeSilva from Scorebook Live, Tommy Morris got to see, Noah Lax was out there. But we'll give you a little bit of everything all across the county. We'll start up in the North County, and that comes with a shout out to Valley Center, 28-0 over Fallbrook. Look, the theme of this week was lopsided blowout games. You'll see that really commonly throughout all this. So like half the county's offenses are working and half the county's defenses are working. And this one, unlike last week's game of the scrimmages were really close, there's a lot of really exciting games. This was much more along the lines of what I thought we were going to get in a pandemic season where everybody's a little off kilter and not everybody's had the same amount of time to work through it. In terms of a preseason and preparation, and that Valley Brook, mixing the two schools together, that Valley Center Fallbrook score is kind of indicative of what you're going to see around the county this week. Vincent Memorial, 14-0 over Mountain Empire, so shout out to them. St. Joseph Academy, 38-37 over Victory Christian Academy in the closest game that we had on the weekend. Our broadcast of the week, the oldest rivalry in San Diego, if not the entire state, for high school football. Sweetwater gets it done in big fashion, 36-7 on the road at Chula Vista. So congratulations, Sweetwater, kicking off your 100th season of being a school with a huge rivalry win. They take the trophy back. You might have seen the La Jolla score. Not much to report there. Just defending champs, defending their championship. 49-12 over Morse. It's an impressive win on both sides of the ball. Montgomery, they went up big and won against Castle Park. A lot of talent that Freddie Dunkel and his company have put together at that Montgomery Aztecs. They're just good. They're just really, really, really good. Christian, Danny Charles Mitchell getting his first win as the head coach of the Patriots. Congratulations to him in a 30-14 win over Mira Mesa. Orange Glen, right behind SFC, they are on pace to have the best offense in the county this year, and they get a win this time in a shootout thriller, 44-39 over University City. University City, despite transfers depleting their offensive backfield a little bit initially on paper, they got a lot of really good pieces. Look for them to be able to move the ball really, really well the next 2 years. Back up to the North County, Escondido with a 45-13 win over Rancho Buena Vista. Esco, low-key, the last couple of years has just been a really good, reliable early season team. Out of the gate strong really well, and that is no surprise there. Tri-City Christian, they moved to 2-0 on the season, beating Classical Academy 28-6. A Tri-City Christian team, they're a big conversation piece down to the lower divisions. Crawford, they get 27-6 over San Ysidro. Shout out Coach Matt Marquez. We had him on the show talking about how he's got one of his best teams. A lot of people saying this frustrates me, but a lot of people saying they have some of their best, if not their best teams that they've ever had in school history this year, and you just hate to see that. We're going to have to give out de facto quasi-championships or play bowl games or whatever we're going to have to do. Patrick Henry, 34-14 over Scripps Ranch. It's a really, really big, decisive win for Patrick Henry, leading that one wire to wire. Talking about big and decisive, Carlsbad 42-0 over Torrey Pines in a statement win of a statement win up in the North County. Congratulations, Carlsbad. St. Augustine, potentially the number one team in San Diego County. They got a win 24-7 over Madison. I was at this one, and man, Saints line on the offensive and defensive side, they some goons. They some goony goons. They the biggest boys that they are Joe Kramer and them boys. They coming for it this year. That would be a team that I would put money on to represent us for a state championship if that was going to happen this year. Madison, they held close. They have a lot of youth. They are a little bit depleted with injuries, and all I can say is that you can never read too much into a Western League score, because that is top-tier talent facing off against top-tier talent. And if you let them out of the Western League, they would beat up on anybody else. Mount Carmel and Poway, they tangled up in the North County. Poway coming away with a 28-10 win. Biggest blowout of the night coming, Lincoln 64-0 over Point Loma. This was the big coming-out party for Herman Smith and company at Lincoln. A lot of talk about their offense all off-season. That's called backing it up when you put up 64-0 over Point Loma in the first game of the season. Rancho Bernardo, they eke out a nail-biter up in the North County, 17-14 over Vista. Very, very big win for Rancho Bernardo. Back out to the East County, Grossmont, 44-3 over West Hills. Tom Carlo and company always have a prolific offense, so it's good to see him not missing a beat. Santana, they go up 49-16 over Kearney. Santana's been really, really, really reliable in terms of the offensive side. We've seen them in championship games recently. This looks like another great year for the Sultans on offense. Mount Miguel, Troy Starr getting his first win of the season there over El Cajon Valley as they go 21-13. Westview, Mandela Tobin and company getting a big win, 34-24 over Del Norte. And our last score of the night, San Marcos, 38-7 over Coronado. Big props to Coronado for being willing to take on that game. That's a huge challenge for that program. And you got to give Coach Hines and company a lot of credit for being willing to take on an opponent of that size early on in the season. Like I said, still a couple more scores to trickle in today on Saturday, but that is the majority of the rundown from what we saw in week 1 of San Diego high school football. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you saw. Check out our Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at SD Prep Insider for more highlights, photo galleries, all sorts of great content from these games and more. Be sure to download the CIF Sports 365 app. That way you can follow your teams on Friday night. You can follow our broadcasts, all with getting push notifications and not having to go search out anything. Thank you very much for tuning in, sports fans, and we'll see you next time.